Okay, Insideout fan 2001, now it's your turn. So, if you've been watching my channel, you know that a couple days ago I did a score disagreement on Animat scores. But now, Insideout fan 2001, now I'm gonna do you. So, he's also got some scores that I disagree with, movies that I think that he's too harsh on, and today we're going to talk about them with the top 3 Insideout fan 2001 opinions that I disagree with. Starting with number 3, him giving 0 stars to Iron Man 2. What? Iron Man 2 is a great film. It's not as epic or memorable as the other MCU films, but it was one of the first. And sure, Tony acts like a jerk after he gets drunk, but that's his character arc. He's going through a rough time. And he said that the antagonist is very forgettable and the worst antagonist in an MCU film. How is that? Whiplash at the end does a great job. He actually kicks Tony and Rhodey's butt for a while. And every single actor does a great job playing their roles. Gwyneth Paltrow, Scarlett Johansson, Robert Downey Jr., Samuel L. Jackson, Don Cheadle, Mickey Rourke, all of them. The first Iron Man was revolutionary, and the sequel was also revolutionary. It introduced Black Widow. So, if it were up to me, this movie is very nostalgic, and it gets a 5 out of 5 stars. It also made a new element for Iron Man, which is pretty cool. The CGI and effects are not bad, so Iron Man 2 is definitely a very solid superhero film. Definitely go check it out. The second opinion that I disagree with Insideout fan 2001 on is him giving 0 out of 5 stars to Dumbo 2019. What? How is this one of the worst Disney live-action remakes? This improves the original by fixing the problems that it had, removing Timothy Mouse, and instead making it kind of a drama. Like, not only focusing on Dumbo, but also focusing on the kids that he grows up on with. And it has a threatening antagonist this time that could be really comedic and also just very hateable, and that's exactly how an antagonist is supposed to be. I had a great time with this movie. The CG on the elephant is great, and the elephant looks cute. He looks like a real elephant. And not only that, but Danny DeVito, who does the ringmaster in this, also gets some character development. And he cares about his troop in the end, and not only, he also finds out that life's much more precious than money, and people are much more precious than money. And he saw himself in Michael Keaton's character, and that was a great character development. I would rate Dumbo 5 out of 5 stars. The climax was very climactic. It was epic. It was grand. It's better than Aladdin and The Lion King this year as the best Disney live-action remake we've gotten. I'd even say it's on par with The Jungle Book. The ending is also way better than the ending in the original. The elephants go free. They're no longer trapped in the circus. It is a much more satisfying and perfect ending to an otherwise underwhelming original Disney movie. This is a superior film in my opinion. Way better than the original. And the number one score that I disagree with Insideout fan 2001 on the most, by far, him saying that Toy Story 4 is a pile of mediocrity. What the fridge are you even talking about, dude? This was one of the best in the Toy Story franchise. The characters are just as likable as they were in the previous 3 films. And even though the ending isn't as emotional as Tom Hanks and Tim Allen were leading us to believe, the animation is still beautiful and stunning to look at. The characters are lovable. The songs are great. I Can't Let You Throw Yourself Away, classic original song. This is one of the best movies of 2019. How could you say it's a pile of mediocrity, or not as good as any other movie in the franchise? It's certainly a lot better than the first movie, and the first movie is still good, don't get me wrong. But this movie is the one that truly shines. Although it's not as good as the third film, or it doesn't pack as much of a punch as the third film, it is still a great and truly awesome movie. I would give Toy Story 4 a 5 out of 5. By far. This is a epic and magnificent masterpiece. And this totally deserves all of the Oscars that it can earn, all of the awards that it will win this year. It is truly an epic masterpiece. I don't care what Insideout fan2001 says or what Harry Thomas says. This is one of the best movies of 2019. Honestly, this is better than Incredibles 2 and better than Finding Dory. This is possibly one of Pixar's best sequels. It's definitely what brought Pixar back in my eyes. Pixar has been on a steady decline for a long time, but now they're entering into a renaissance. And I am truly glad to give Toy Story 4 the Thonio GoPro when I review it. This is going to be on the top 5 best movies of 2019, no doubt. So, those are my disagreements on Insideout fan2001. If you agree with them, that is totally fine. I'll see you guys later.